Now I'm just removing all these ribs that the previous owners had installed. They had glued them and then screwed them, and then we're stapling their insulation on top of them, which is kind of weird considering how they're losing more and more headroom, instead of just removing the original fiberglass panels here and well, laminate panels there, and re-insulating from the skin out. And plus, you don't know what level of corrosion or anything is underneath, so I don't know why they were just insulating right over the top. That's pretty trusting, if you ask me. Alright, now I wanted to show you this. This is just taking off this ribbing. Right here you can see alone the condensation drops, not necessarily from a leak, but moisture will build up on the shell of the bus and then will transmit through any metallic mounts, or like such as screws, bolts, and just travel down and drip down it. And since you have these screws that hook to the ribbing, which is like this is the ribbing, you know, metal on metal, and then to here, that's going to bring water all the way into your interior. So you have to break that vapor trap, and so with anything like silicone, rubber, plastic. There's a whole bunch of different techniques, like especially the people that do spray-in insulation, cancel it all out. But I just wanted to bring this to light, as you can see it as I'm taking it apart. It is an issue that does need to be addressed at all times whenever you're working with a metal shelled vehicle. Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you where I'm at right now. I just finished demoing out the previous bedroom that was in here. This bedroom was just moldy, and there was not a lot of water damage, but enough since previous owner lived in the high desert and then moved to the middle of Oregon where it was just raining a ton. And he didn't have everything sealed up quite right, where now there was water damage and mold where, like as you can tell, these are pieces of the wood. Everything's just falling apart. Tore it all out. I got a whole truckload full of bedroom. You can probably see that. And right now what I'm doing is I'm currently tearing out all of this. What that is just like a Formica or a vinyl sheeting, real brittle. And underneath it was all of this yellow insulation that we have up in the front. Now, due to condensation and leaks, water had been building up on these ribs and running down and doing all the damage to the insulation and to the wood. And so all that's torn out. At least none of this rust here is perforating through. It's all just surface rust, so we're going to go ahead and grind all that down, and we're going to re-prime everything, and then re-insulate. We got a few issues with the floor that I've been noticing due to the water. We're going to have to pull up this rear section of flooring. It's a little wavy in spots. We got a good half-inch drop right here. We're just going to pull that up, replace the plywood when we, and then put our new floor in. But so far so good. We haven't found anything out of the ordinary that we weren't expecting with a bus of this age, and it's doing great. So stay tuned for more progress. Alright, one thing I wanted to point out was up in here we got this really nasty disintegrating water damaged. It used to be foam. It's just nasty stuff. We're going to tear all that out, and because water has been building up in this channel, because it's the the best place for it to go, least resistant. It has a place to flow down, and it's been storing in this foam insulation. So we're going to tear all that out, reseal it, and then fill it back up with spray foam insulation, and that will take care of that issue. And we're going to have to do that on all of these ribs the whole way down, and we're just going to turn it into one giant spray foamed bus. There ain't going to be any leaks in this thing. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. because all these channels just hold water. Like here, there's standing water right here, where it condensates, builds up, and comes through and runs down these lines. But yeah, that's just one thing you gotta look for when you're working on a ribbed bus. This is all steel ribbing with an aluminum sides, but so the ribbing is what goes, not the actual shell.
Okay, Steven is out working on the bus right now. It is so cold and rainy and yucky out here, but I'm gonna go check on its progress because he's been out here all day by himself, and I know he's having fun, but it's always nice to have company when you're doing stuff like this, so let's go see where he's up to.
Alright everybody, hope you like what we've done so far. We cleared out the place. I tore out all of the Formica ceiling that they had in here, and plus this huge pile of insulation that we have. I'm going to take all that to the dump. Right now I am working on tearing out the seat rails here so I can get the rest of this insulation and paneling off. I still got to move the stove so I can do the same thing on this side. And then all along this bus, around each window, they riveted sheet metal. And so a lot of guys, when they convert these buses, will kind of leave that spot either uninsulated, or they'll drill some holes and fill it with spray foam. I'm actually going to pull the sheet metal off, and then I'll insulate, and then I'll re-rivet these pieces on, give it a better R value and a more insulation factor, just a better all around. Got a lot done, but we're going to start working on deciding how we're going to tear up this floor, and just got a lot to go. Alright, now this whole bus was filled with this 1/2-inch foam insulation that's wrapped in plastic from the factory. This stuff, you can tell, it's soaping wet from moisture, and it's just nasty. And so this insulation that was throughout the whole bus was working kind of like a sponge. And so whenever water got in here, it stayed in here. And so now we have to clear everything out, get it back down to bare metal, and start over from scratch. At least that means that we're going to know what this bus condition is going to be in, for the rest of its, its life. And at least there isn't any real rust situations. We just have a little bit of surface rust here and there. Right now, it's mostly just clearing out the mold and the mildew, but it's coming along nicely. It's the end of day one. I just walked in the door, kicked my boots off. I am tired. I've been out there since early this morning, and it's dark now, so got a whole lot done. Got the whole bus stripped out, and tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and start working on pulling off those panels that are around the windows and getting ready to pull that insulation and refill it. So just stay tuned for day two, and I'll keep you posted on the updates.